Welcome to Sonic Bros, and this is my 100th video, and I've been doing videos ever since 2022, and this is the creative engineering iceberg. The rocket fire explosion. This refers to an animatronic band seen at Showbiz Pizza Place in the 1980s, starring Rolf de Wolf, Earl Schmerl, his puppet, Duke LaRue, the drumming dog, Fats the gorilla, who plays keyboard, Beach Bear, who plays guitar, Mitzi, who's on vocals, Billy Bob, who plays bass guitar, and Looney Bird, who is a bird and an oil drum. The Moon, who does backup vocals. Same for the Sun. Choo Choo, who bobs up and down. Antioch, who jumps up and down. And the Frog, which is a latex prop. Same for the Birthday Bird. Showbiz Pizza Place. This refers to Showbiz Pizza Place, which is the restaurant where the rocket fire was made for. Founded by Robert L. Brock of the Brock Hotel Corporation, Showbiz Pizza Place was an iconic entertainment center up until it got turned into Chuck E. Cheese in 1990. ShowbizPizza.com, founded by Travis Schaefer in 1990. ShowbizPizza.com archived all things Chuck E. Cheese and Showbiz Pizza and basically created the Chuck E. Cheese fandom, and this is what Travis looks like, and he has been a fan for many years. Aaron Fechter, the founder of creative engineering, he was born in 1953, I believe, in Columbia, South Carolina, and took apart toys as a kid. Aaron Fechter invented a bunch of things, such as built cars, carbon hydrolium, and animatronics. And Aaron Fechter is still alive to this day. The Wolfpack 5, built in 1978 for Showbiz Pizza Place and touring shows. The Wolfpack 5 was seen in a bunch of places across the world. Wolfman, the funny MC, based off of Wolfman Jack. Fats Gorilla, who was based off of Fats Domino. Dingo Star, based off of Ringo Starr of the Beatles. Beach Bear, and Little Queenie. Mini Mozzarella was the replacement for Queenie in the Showbiz show because Showbiz wanted a mouse, and Aaron disagreed up until he said, "Fine, we can have a mouse," and that's how Mitzi basically got made. Uncle Clunk. Only 50 of these were made, and Uncle Clunk was a touring show at Showbiz Pizza Place. He would tell jokes, pick up a banana phone, say "I'm beautiful" or "You're beautiful," and he had a pet bird and a cuckoo clock named Murray D. Bird. Billy Bob's Wonderland. This is one of the last few spots where you can see the Rock of Fire. The show's in pretty good condition. Some of them have bootleg masks, but it seems that it's getting some more restorations as time goes on. And it's still open to this day in Barboursville, West Virginia, ever since 2003. Volo Museum. This place has been open for 66 years, and they installed the Rockefeller show in 2024, and Showbiz Midwest restores the show, and you can still see it to this day. Merchandise. Basically, anything has merchandise, official or bootleg. And CEI does have quite a few. Warehouse tours. These refer to tours that you can take at Aaron Fechter's warehouse in Florida. Now it's in a different warehouse. Speaking of that, new warehouse because of aging of the old building, and just it like being like super busy in downtown Florida. He just moved to Palaca, Florida, and this is his current warehouse. Whack-a-mole. I don't even have to describe this game. It's just iconic. And Aaron Fechter actually invented whack-a-mole, and gave the idea to Bob Space Racers, and he still owns the first ever sculpted whack-a-mole. Mini Billy Bob. A tiny Billy Bob ran off of servos. He would run off of a cassette tape, similar to a Teddy Ruxpin, but the servos would burn up, so he didn't get mass produced, and he is pretty expensive. Melted Moose, formerly known as Mortimer Moose. He is just in really bad condition, and it's a pretty famous abandoned animatronic picture. Creepy Clown. This was seen at the IAPA Expo. He was in a small kiosk meant to look like a carousel, and he basically has no mechanism now. Aaron Fechter says that he's held on by tape and bubble gum, which is a joke, obviously, and he has Duke LaRue's eyeballs and isn't in that great of condition, and footage or show tapes are lost media. Second generation. This refers to canceled second generation versions of the Rockefeller animatronics. So here's second gen Mitzi, which she had more feminine movements, and one of her were produced. Multiple second generation Dukes were produced where he can actually play the drums. And in this photo, you can see the second gen Beach Bear, but not that much of him got built, but he can stand up and sit down. Electric Feel cameo. So you probably heard of the band MGMT. Well, they have the Rockefeller in one of their music videos. The concept unification installation tape. This happened in 1990, where they would convert the Rockefeller into Chuck E. Cheese. It's just a very sad removal. Rolf the Wolf became Chuck E. Cheese. Mitzi Mozzarella became Helen Henny. Fats became Munch. Beach Bear became Jasper. And Duke became Pasquale. Looney Bird became Pizza Cam. And Antioch got turned into the Wink. Choo Choo became Munch Jr. The sun became the building, and the moon stayed the same. It's just less good than Rockefeller. Birthday Boy. This just refers to this famous cursed image from Red Letter Media, which is pretty cool, and it's just a really weird image. The New Rockefeller, a band made for Showbiz. No, not Showbiz. Other buyers who wanted a Rockefeller show again. So on stage left we have Beach Bear and Looney Bird, and they have rotatable stages. So also on the other side of stage left is Looney Bird, and on center stages is Mitzi, Fats, and Billy Bob, and then on right stage is Duke, and on the other side is the TV. And there was two versions. One which just had Billy Bob, Mitzi, and Fats, which was called the Rockafire Light, and a second version which just has Billy Bob and Looney Bird. There's also this cool version that was at IAPA. Midgen. Midgen refers to mini animatronic, which it's shorter than a Rockafire character, but it has more movements, and the eyes and mouth run off of servos. The Rockafire documentary, produced by Brett Wincombe. The Rockafire documentary was a movie produced in 2008, containing quite a few Rockafire fans. Chris Frash. This refers to a longtime Rockafire fan, and his wish was to own a whole show. And he programmed shows such as This New Booty and Lovin' This Club. Showbiz Pizza Zone, founded by Chris Frash in 2008 from 2000 to 2010. Showbiz Pizza Zone was a short-lived entertainment center in Phoenix City, Alabama. And there's Billy Bob, the Hard Luck Bears, Pete, who is the oldest bear brother, and a repeat, the younger brother. Billy Wilbur, Billy Bill, Billy Boy, Billy Bob, Mama Grandbags, and Goonie Bird. And Choo Choo, a small bear that would bob up and down in a wash basket. Smitty's Super Service Station, located in Little Improved, Mississippi. This is a private collection of Chuck E. Cheese and Showbiz Pizza, animatronics, and memorabilia. They have a whole Rockafire show and a Midgen Looney Bird, and it is a private place. The Yuta, a car that would I believe it was like the first like electric car ever made, and it's a pretty goofy looking car. And there's this also more less goofy looking orange variant. Carrie. Carrie is Aaron Fechter's wife. Beta. Beta refers to a version of the Rockafire made in 1980, and this stage debuted at the Jacksonville, Florida location. Earl has an E on his cap and looks slightly different. Rolf has a different mask and a different vest. Duke has a French cap, a plaid shirt, a white undershirt, a golden chain, and green pants, and an owl on his drum bass. Fats, who had a taller head, a ring, and a different organ design. Beach Bear had gray fur, a different guitar, pink swim trunks, and a different looking surfboard. Mitzi was more skinnier, had whiter fur, and had blue and yellow pom poms. Billy Bob had a more wrinkly mask, had 6 guitar knobs, and a more fluffier fur. The sun was a girl. Choo Choo had googly eyes and the Hard Luck Bears Choo Choo mask, and Antioch had a different face and a vanilla cake. And the frog had attached on red eyes, and Looney Bird had a different looking plant and a wider beak. Melted Billy Bob. This just refers to a sad image of an abandoned Billy Bob animatronic. Thankfully, he did get restored, and here's him now. Santa Clunk, made for Christmas time at Showbiz Pizza Place. This is a retrofit of Uncle Clunk. He would be around from November to December. POV music video. The Rockefeller was seen in the POV music video in 2026. It's a pretty cool cameo. The mini Rockefeller. This refers to a smaller Rockefeller stage, just containing Mitzi, Fats, Billy Bob, and Looney Bird. This stage had quite a few variants, like the Who Danny Hoedown, which had them in different outfits, and a custom show tape by Creative. The Okie Fanoki Bear Review, which turned Fats and Mitzi into bears, and there was a new character on these stages called the Bad Frog. The Moon Rockers, Ozone, a retrofit of Duke, Admiral Orc, a retrofit of Fats, Quasar, a retrofit of Beach Bear, and Princess Haley, a retrofit of Mitzi, Simus, the Moonbat, who was Antioch, and then this guy who used to be Choo Choo, the Bear Country Jubilee, Pierre LeBear, Waldo, Buddy Crash, Boom Boom Bosco, Fingers Dan, Chet Fadigans, and Choo Choo, Beatrice, Mortimer, and Buford. Only 2 of these shows were made. Friendly Freddy, 3 of these characters were built. He was a black bear who would play guitar, and was Aaron Fechter's most advanced character as of 1976. The Hug, a short film meant for a contest for Halloween, and it contains this character called Pandori the Panda, which looks kind of like Billy Bob, and it's actually not too bad looking of an outfit. The Show Selector, it was a machine used at Rockefeller locations where if you clicked a button, a show would turn on. Artist David Thomas was an artist that made the character designs and art for Showbiz Pizza Place. David Billy Bob Irvin, who made art for a CEI and sculpted some of the masks. Snap's Blast to the Past. This was a private collection owned by Snapper Art in Pensacola, Florida, but unfortunately something bad happened. The show burned down while he was gone. Rockefeller Bar. This bar lasted from 2018 to 2019 in Kansas City, Missouri. The show contained it was the same except the prop characters and Looney Bird were gone, but this bar closed down. Bashy Bug, a game meant like Whack-A-Mole, but with more newer features, and you're not hurting mammals this time. And this game debuted at IAPA, and not too many of these were made. IAPA, the International Theme Park convention. This contains animatronics, ride vehicles, and mascot costumes. And Fector was actually there and had stuff up on display. Comic-Con Deadpool. So Deadpool was seen at a Comic-Con event with the Rock of Fire, and a whole fiasco happened with Fector thinking that the Deadpool was crappy because he broke often and ran off of servos, and they also used his characters in a Japanese movie commercial without permission from Marvel. Colander. Decorate a, a spaghetti calendar and go to Showbiz Pizza Place every Wednesday to and if you win, you can win a free trip to Disney World. And this event came back at BillyCon. Just go with it. Seen in the Adam Sandler movie, there was a deleted scene where it had the Rockefeller explosion and this random kangaroo guy. Rolf Foxy edit. This is referring to an edit of Rolf as Foxy from FNAF. Keanu. The Rock of Fire appeared in Keanu once they were trapped in an abandoned factory. The anti-gravity freedom machine. These were computers made by creative engineering meant to beat Apple, and they didn't, unfortunately, but these were advanced for the time. Looney Birds open in multiple locations, in fact free, and they had all something unique about them. And the one in Florida had a new Rock of Fire stage. Hannah Bananas, located in the UK. Hannah Bananas was a arcade pizza restaurant, and Hannah was a retrofit of Mitzi, but unfortunately something happened in 2000 and the 2000s. A kid found glass in their pizza and chips meal, so the place had to close down. Jingle Bell Jamboree. On a center stage was Satchmo, Elvis, Elton John, and then Leonard, Santa Claus, and Rudy. This show would operate in Santa's Village in New Hampshire. BillyCon. It's an event that happens every year at Billy Bob's Wonderland where fans gather. It's a pretty cool event. VoloCon happened this June on the 6th, and had the whole Tropical Cleaners band perform. Hard Luck Bears Gullivers. So these theme parks called Gullivers in the UK have these shows where it's a retrofit of the Rock of Fire with the Hard Luck Bears names and masks. It's a pretty cool show, and it's in really good condition. Rolf Wolfman retrofit. This is Rolf meant to look like the Wolfman for the IAPA Expo. Gaslight Jamboree. This show contains the Wolfman, Friendly Freddy, and Fats. This show was seen for a while, and look at them now. They're gonna be restored soon. Showbiz Pizza Kuwait. So there was a showbiz in Kuwait in the 90s, but it got bombed. Corporate shows. These refer to show tapes produced by Showbiz Pizza Time Incorporated, which is the parent company of Showbiz and Chuck E. Cheese's. The Confederate Critter Show, containing Major Mosby Greyhound, a wolf, and Sir Cornelius Patch. This show was at Magic World. Showbiz Pizza Fiesta, and international showbiz that opened in Mexico. And it had a bunch of unique features. Even had its own record. The Tropical Cleaners, the band behind the Rock of Fire, and the members are Aaron Fector, Rick Bailey, Duke Chapeka, and Celicia Sloan. Clutch, the band who wrote the Rock of Fire's music. Rolf's inspiration was after Rolf Kennard, who was seen at the IAPA Expo, and he made his own pizza place called Captain Andy's Rivertown. And Billy Bob was based off of David Billy Bob Irvin. Hydrilium explosion. In 2013, this gas exploded creative and caused a sonic boom around the area. Willy Wabbit, Aaron Fector's first ever fully animated character, Willy Wabbit, was at the Orlando airport and advertised the Mystery Funhouse Twitter account. This is the Rock-afire Twitter account, which it doesn't post anything to do with Rock-afire. The Leaf Eater, it was a device that could clean swimming pools, and was Aaron Fector's first ever creation. And then a guy asked, I want an animated figure, and he said sure. J-Fats, meant for J-Fats' pizza place that never opened, and he got sent to Six Flags afterwards. Roofing Rooftop Gorilla, also known as Bubba or Shakespeare Reciting Gorilla. He was 7 feet tall, and his sidekick was Woody the Tree. He's a pretty cool character. Yogi Bear, retrofit done by Creative Presentations. This is a very rare show, and Yogi Bear was a retrofit of Rolf, and Boo Boo was a retrofit of Looney Bird. The Statue of Liberty, around in July at Showbiz. This is a retrofit of Rolf, which only used 6 out of his 21 movements. Mitzi's voice actor age. So the voice actor of Mitzi, Celicia Sloan, started voicing Mitzi when she was 11 years old. The Wizard of Oz show. This was actually meant for a dark ride themed after The Wizard of Oz, containing Scarecrow, Tin Man, and the Bad Tree. It sucks that this dark ride never happened, but the show still exists. The EEE show. This show didn't get much production made, and there was this character called Reginald J. Flute Snoot, who could breathe out fake fire like a dragon, and he's in pretty bad condition now. Ratso, one of Fechter's first ever creations. He was a rat, and it was just a rat's head seen at a restaurant in Florida. The Rat's Hole was an arcade, and they had these characters called Big Mama Rat and Big Daddy Rat, which there they are now. Orwell, a character at Showbiz where you can control him, which he was very short lived. Uncle Pappy, a retrofit of Uncle Clunk made for Chuck E. Cheese. This guy is also super duper rare and not much is known about him. The Scav, Aaron Fechter's first ever character that he built, using a torn Johnson mask, which apparently you can still buy to this day. Paul McCartney, not for Showbiz Pizza Place. He was gonna be more advanced than a Disney character, but he got turned into Private Paul for the U.S. military, but his head still survived at creative. George, made to made as a joke for Aaron Fechter's dad to look like him, but his dad did not like it. Laszlo, a fortune teller, which was seen at a beach in South Carolina, but he got removed, and the one at CI, his head got stolen. Dracula, seen at Dracula's castle, and he also had this sidekick monster, but a group of teenagers burned down the place down, and got arrested. Country Fats, made for Maury's Pier and Blackpool Pleasure Beach. This was Fats, but in a country outfit. Or original names. Did you know that Fats' original name was Fats Abdomino? And Rolf's original name was Rolf Vanderwolf. DJ's Oyster Bar Clam. This was a clam seen at DJ's Oyster Bar, built by Aaron Fechter. Monster. This was a monster character that could take off his head. World's Fair. Bert Wilson of the Tropical Cleaners wrote a song for the World's Fair and won that contest. Star Launcher. It was it could make you into a star, and it's a pretty cool machine. There was also this version too. The Mesmerizer. No pictures of the Fechter one exist, but Ice Games picked up the idea. Riot Fest. The Rockafire was gonna be at Riot Fest, but it never happened. Cancelled guest stars. Did you know that Garfield was gonna be a guest star? Same thing for Spider-Man and Superman. Concept unification prototypes. This refers to the failed attempts at concept unification, which Mitzi became Chucky, Beach Bear became Jasper, Duke became Helen, and Fats became Pasquale, and Choo Choo became Munch. And then the Sun and Antioch became Munch, and the Moon became Munch. Billy Bob would become Yogi Bear. Duke would become Boo Boo. Beach Bear would turn into Snagglepuss. Looney Bird would become a wolf. Billy Bob would become a dog. Mitzi becomes a cat. Beach Bear becomes a tiger, which is just Sergeant Striper. Duke becomes a leopard. Fats becomes a lion. Earl becomes a fox puppet, and Rolf is a female sheep. Looney Bird is a rabbit in a top hat. Billy Bob becomes a lion. Mitzi becomes a cute fox. Beach Bear becomes a big bird. Duke becomes a bobcat drummer. Fats becomes a big ugly bear. And the same rabbit again. Rolf became a bunny rabbit. And then Earl turned into a smaller bunny. Mitzi becomes a tall, skinny bear. Billy Bob becomes a short, fat hillbilly bear. Beach Bear becomes an ape, which is just a reused concept from the Apeology show. Duke becomes a chimp. Fats becomes an old orangutan. Cancelled shows. This show was a retrofit, which would have a hippo, which would be Fats. A cheetah, which was Beach Bear, and then Duke, who became a monkey, and then the Cosmic Combo, which was a prototype for the Moon Rockers. So, anyways, guys, peace